Imagine if you could get rid of your headaches for good just by following natural tips. Here are my 9 tips to get rid of headaches naturally, and number 9 may be just the most important thing that you've never thought of and never have linked to your headaches before, so stay tuned for that. Okay, tip number 1 is to do grounding. And one of my tips is to actually lie on the ground, because now you're going to have direct contact with your head and the ground, pulling up the Earth's electrons to have that anti-inflammatory effect and to balance the electrical charge in all of the cells of your body, especially close to your head, now with your brain as well, if you are prone to those headaches. Okay, tip number 2 is to remove your EMFs from your environment as much as possible, especially around your bed when you're sleeping, because this is an extended period of time which you can control pretty well. And just, charge your phone elsewhere. You shouldn't have electronics around your bed when you're sleeping, decreasing those EMFs, which are highly, highly correlated to those chronic headaches. Okay, tip number 3 is to get more natural sunlight exposure. And this is to program your circadian clock mechanisms to be in tune with nature, which is so important for the balance of your hormones, for inflammation in your body, for your energy levels as well. Getting that natural sunlight in your eyes and on your skin, especially first thing in the morning, is really, really important to set the tone for the day for your overall health and wellness, and especially if you're a headache sufferer. Okay, tip number 4 is to make sure you're getting enough of your electrolytes, especially magnesium. So I have found over the years with my patients that most of them have a mineral deficiency, and the biggest one is usually a magnesium deficiency. Our soils have become so depleted from magnesium that we no longer get enough, I believe, in our diet. So making sure you're optimizing your levels, and look for magnesium bisglycinate. That's my favorite type to take, especially if you're a headache sufferer. Taking that in the morning, so magnesium in the morning, you're going to get more benefits for it, for your headaches, to protect against EMFs throughout the day, and so many other benefits of magnesium bisglycinate. Okay, tip number 5 is to consider doing full body detox, and doing this regularly. We know that there can be a correlation with toxicity in our internal organs, especially in the liver, in the large intestine. Constipation can be related to those chronic headaches, so really cleaning out and cleaning house in a natural way. I have my favorite, combination of herbal medicines that I love for that full body detox, so you can check those out, but that's something that's great, especially if you are someone who gets headaches quite often. Okay, tip number 6 for headaches is to do some lymphatic drainage and some massage to help to drain all of that extra fluid that your body is not moving well, and to drain those lymphatics. And I have other videos on how to do lymphatic drainage. Certainly seeing a professional who knows what they're doing in terms of lymphatic drainage can be something that you can really do, and do that quite often to help with your chronic headaches. Okay, tip number 7 is to watch your posture. So making sure that your head is properly stacked on top of your spine, that if you've got some imbalances happening with your musculature, or you have old injuries and your fascia is messed up, then this is something that you definitely want to look into, that you are correcting your posture and fixing some of those imbalances in your fascia, which could be causing your headaches to begin with. Okay, tip number 8 is to do some stretching. So as much as maybe you're exercising or maybe not exercising, doing some light stretching is a great way to keep that fascia and all of that electrical signaling through your fascia and your water systems internally to keep everything hydrated. You've got to do some stretching. It's a really easy thing and can be really peaceful, and actually a great, thing to do either at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day as well. Okay, and tip number 9, the one that I think you've probably been waiting for, is I want you to make that mind-body connection. And I want you to sort of ask yourself, who is giving you a headache? So maybe it's not something that you've thought about before, but often there's somebody in your environment that is maybe stressing you out, giving you stuff that you don't want to listen to. Maybe that is causing your headache, and what you do with that information is totally up to you. But I just wanted to plant that seed so that you think about this the next time you get your headache. But hopefully you will no longer have any headaches. If you follow my tips, let me know how it's going in the comments. And I also want you to check out my other video. It's called 10 Steps for Lymphatic Drainage. So what I had mentioned earlier, I'm going to go through that entire technique. You can check it out. I'll see you there.